Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to tear down the Chris Reeve Sebenza Large 21. I did a review on this one a while back, and I will put a link to that in the description below. What I very much appreciate is they include the tool that's needed to tear down this whole knife. A lot of companies, you void the warranty if you take it apart, you cause problems, they put proprietary hardware, just a bunch of nonsense that, they just don't want you taking their stuff apart. And why? We're not really sure. I had a little Loctite on that one. I broke the other one free actually earlier, so we'll just get this one taken apart, and it's just one Allen key for the whole thing, apparently. So let's just see what we got inside. There's nothing really wrong with this one, but I thought it would be a good one to tear apart and kind of just show what is inside. So let's just see if we can get this one apart here on the edge. Stick it a little bit. There we go. So as you can see, it's fairly clean inside. We'll just kind of wipe it off. The other thing that's really cool about Chris Reeve is in each one comes a little tube of oil. You see the runs-on bearing on washers here that are just, got the little holes in them. So we'll just kind of keep this stuff in order here. And this is a frame lock. Be careful because this one is actually fairly sharp. And if you can see, it's actually different sized washers on the different sides because you've got the pivot here. Interesting. I have never had this one apart. So this is all kind of new to me, which is again why I thought it would be good to take this apart and just kind of show you guys what is inside. There's nothing really special or scary about what's inside of these things, really. Before I started this channel, I had never taken my knives apart. I don't do that. I'll send it in when it needs work, right? That was more my mentality. But, so here on the edges, you've got the, little spacer, and, it's just a nut and a screw, really. So I'm sure that's the same over here on this side. Also, what's nice about Chris Reeve is you can swap out these lanyards. This particular one did not come with a solid pin, or else I would change that out and take the lanyard off, because as I have said on other videos, I'm not really a lanyard guy. Not my thing, but it's all right. I will leave it on. This is one of the few knives that I have that does have a lanyard. So in here you can see the little ball there, that's the detent. And then you've got this as the frame lock. So it's very simple construction, but Chris Reeve and team just does it so well. So let's kind of put this back down here. Let's get a little bit of lube on here. Just a couple little drops. Ooh, maybe not quite so little drops. We'll stick this washer on here. Get it seated down in there. Give it a little spin to get some lube on it. I will take some of this that I put a little bit too much on and put it on this side of the washer. We'll stick the blade down in here like so. And I'll wipe off the whole blade much better when I get it back together. put a little bit of lube here on this side. Get that down on there. And then on this side here, we'll just put a little bit of lube here to run up against that other side of that washer. And that should work fairly well for us here. In fact, to make this easier, I'm going to open the blade so I don't have to fight against the lock bar when I'm putting the pieces back together. This little collar fell out, so give me a second here to put this back in. Again, it's the first time taking this one apart, so, you know, I'm gonna get what we get, right? We'll get that collared spacer down, that there with the lock. All right, so that's all seated now. Flip off my fingers just a hair. And see if we can get this all lined back up. That's going to be the trick, as it always is, right? Well, there you go. Pretty straightforward. So we'll stick the pivot one in here first, just to kind of hold everything in place. And you don't want to tighten these down until you have them all kind of started, so that everything lines up. Right, so we want to make sure we don't cross thread anything or get anything too tight before we check the action and whatnot. So this was super simple. I think this is one of the easiest knives I've taken apart, and I haven't done a lot here on the channel, but I've done the heater, MOW or POW. I'm sure the MOW works out exactly the same. But yeah, so pretty straightforward here on taking this apart. So we'll just get everything kind of snugged up, and then we'll give the action a little bit of work and see how it is. See the centering? We need to adjust that a little bit by tightening up the pivot will help with that. We'll kind of just get it lubed up. Super smooth still. Get this kind of tightened up, and then we'll back it off a little bit. And I'll put Loctite on this stuff a little bit later, once I get it all tuned up and working well. So it is a little bit off center here, but I think I just need to get this all tightened up a little bit more as well. And then we'll, yeah, see that one is a little bit loose there. So I think the centering is about where it was before, seems like. Little tight on the pivot for sure. Wow. Yeah, still a little bit tight. I think that might be this one too. It's a little bit tight on this edge here, so loosen that up a little bit. That's pretty good. It's a little tough to flick around the camera like that, but it flicks out just fine. I know a lot of the Sebenza guys just kind of slow roll it out. I'm more of a flick it out and get to work. So all in all, I think that was a success. So there you have it. I will get this all cleaned up and put some Loctite on it after the video here, because nobody needs to see me putting Loctite on the thing. And I will, yeah, it's still a little off on the centering. So I'm not sure what's up with that. I'll have to play with that a little bit more too, I think. And I won't bore you with the all the details on that. But I think I got everything back together the right way. It seems to be functioning well. It's just a little tight there. So I wonder, bear with me guys. Let's see what's going on here. Just loosen all these up just a hair. Kind of just run it a little bit all super loose just to kind of let everything kind of set in where it should. So that's much smoother action for sure. It's still not centered right. So not sure what's up with that, but let's see if I hold the blade over just a hair. I've seen that trick done a few times. You kind of hold the blade over when you tighten stuff up and it kind of gets it where it's supposed to be, I guess. And then we'll give it another glance here. Yeah, it centered it better that way. I wonder, I'm not sure that that's lined up on the inside. I think I need to get this apart again because I think one of the washers is not really centered on the collar there. Sorry, let's see. Let's just open this up so it's locked open so I don't have to fight the spring of the lock. And let's see here, because it's just not quite right. I'm not sure what it is, but it doesn't seem like it's right. So I'll give it a quick second here. Give it another look, shall we? Kind of pop this open again, because it popped open a lot easier last time. We'll take a quick look here. Careful, because this is a sharp blade. Yep, I think that washer there is just off a little bit. It's my guess. It was that washer right there. So let's see. Let's tighten this one up a little bit, because that one just seemed to be out of alignment just a bit. Not quite centered on the collar there. So I think, I'm hoping, that was the issue. Not certain, but we'll give it a shot and see, right? It's all we can do. This is, you know, why maybe you're not supposed to take your knives apart, because sometimes they don't always go back together exactly perfect. But what do I got to lose? Worst case, I put everything in a box and I ship it off and have them put it back together, because I say, sorry, didn't get it back together right. So we'll get this a little bit more snugged up. I think we're just about there, guys. Pretty good on the centering. A little off, but I think it was a little off before. And it's super smooth now. Yep, that was it. So there you go. If it doesn't work the first time, you just got to kind of take a look at it and work it out. So I think we're in good shape. I just need to put a little bit of Loctite on these to make sure that pivot doesn't loosen up and back out, because I'm pretty happy with this. There you go, guys. That's what you got to do to take apart your Reeve Sebenza and get it back together and working right. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. Again, I greatly appreciate it. And you guys have a great day, and we will see you on the next one. Thanks a lot.